Hey guys, I'm Dupree, and today we're doing a little different type of video. We're actually doing a comparison video between my Miyuchi White Crusher with the Pro Shaft and my Q-Tech Synergy with that carbon fiber shaft that I just got from the Billiard Factory. Now I've been shooting with this Miyuchi for a couple of years now, and I do really like it, and I just now switched over to the Q-Tech carbon fiber. And I'm going to run through, both of them are great cues. This here is what comes with the setup when you get one of these Q-Tech Synergy cues. So notice you get that little extension and you get this cool little case, one shaft, butt of the cue, pretty standard. Really nice packaging. I was really impressed when I got it. This is what the inside of the packaging looks like. They give you obviously this little extension when you can't reach a really far shot. They give you a couple of different things. They give you obviously the joint covers, and they give you this little tip shaper thing, and they also give you some wipes for the shaft, and they also give you a little patch to put on whatever you want. So this is all that just comes in the box. I recently just got this cue in early December, so I haven't been shooting with it forever, so I'm not 100% used to it, but I'm just giving my opinion so far over the past couple of months. So here we're going to test the deflection on both of them, just between the Pro shaft and the carbon fiber shaft. So right here I set the ball relatively in the middle of the table. I'm using a bunch of side spin, and I'm aiming straight at the diamond. And you see that with this Pro shaft, the cue ball actually deflects a good bit. I wouldn't say it's a crazy amount. I would say it's definitely a little less than most cues. But right here, I'm using the carbon fiber shaft. I switched over to the Q-Tech, and I'm going to put the ball in the same exact position and perform the same exact shot. And as you will see, there will be pretty much zero deflection on this shot. So the cue ball will go exactly where I aimed it, which is really something that you want to happen when you're shooting pool. You want the ball to go where you hit it to go. You don't want it to veer off with that deflection and squirt. But right here, you see, I hit exactly on the middle diamond, pretty much. I may have been a little off to the left from this camera angle, my right, when I was shooting it. Okay, so right here, I'm shooting with the carbon fiber shaft, and I'm going to use this 9 ball to show how much spin is on this ball. I'm going to set in a dead straight in shot with this 6 ball, and I'm going to shoot it with as much side spin as I can. And you see that I make the ball. You see that there is a lot of side on that 9 ball. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to that Miyuchi White Crusher with the Pro shaft. And Miyuchi also does make a carbon fiber shaft. I have yet to try it out, so I cannot say my opinion on it. But I'm going to set up the same shot, relatively the same shot. I try to make it the same shot. Looks pretty similar. I'm going to shoot it the same way. Just shoot dead straight into the 6 ball. Bunch of side, and you see how bad I miss it. And you can also see how much spins on that 9 ball, about how it came back. Look how it's still spinning. So definitely a ton of spin on that ball. Deflected off enough to where I didn't make that straight in shot. It was pretty close. So right here I'm going to test out the draw on both of these cues. So this first cue is the White Crusher. I'm going to shoot 3 shots with each. So I'm going to shoot 3 with the White Crusher, 3 with the Q-Tech, and then 3 with the Q-Tech with the extension on. And you see I'm marking that chalk to see where the ball finishes. Now I'm trying to keep this as constant as possible, keeping the balls in the same position. There's a little chalk mark on the table that tells me where to put my cue ball, and that other ball is about at the 3rd diamond. So I'm trying to get as much draw as possible. That first ball I just hit bad. So that's why I'm shooting 3 with each. This one goes a little bit further. Pretty good. About a table length worth of draw. So mark that one with the chalk. Set up the same exact shot with this ball. And this ball will mark the furthest draw so far of this video. We get about a table and a half worth of draw on this 6 ball right here. So I try not to use any side spin, but on a couple of these shots, I accidentally put in a little bit of right spin. That's why you see it go off to that rail. But we got a good table and a half on that ball. Maybe not quite a table and a half, a little bit less, but relatively close. So that's it for the Miyuchi. That chalk over there is kind of hard to see because of that shadow, but that chalk over there marks where we got with the Miyuchi, and we only hit 2 rails there. So keep in mind it went off that bottom short rail and then to that long rail where that chalk is. So first shot with the Q-Tech, I draw further than my first shot with the Miyuchi, but I'm warmed up with my draw stroke now. No, actually I miscue. I miscue this shot. I can't believe I still left that in the video, but I wanted to see because I have miscued a little bit more often, I think, with my carbon fiber cue than I have with my Pro Shaft. It's been a little bit more of an issue, I would say, but it might just be me not taking as much time because I've been kind of out of the game for a little bit. But I pull it back together right here. There we go, further than our first shot. I did use a little side spin. So I think I could have gotten a little further. Like it would have looked like I've gotten a little further if I would have just went straight up and down the table. Next up is 1 ball. And I am using the same chalk for every single shot. So I'm trying to keep this as constant and consistent as I can. So this one goes a little further than the last one, relatively the same, I think, though. And there's 9 ball. Make sure it's a straight in shot. I chalk up before every shot just to keep the same amount of chalk on the tip as the previous shots. And then this one is the furthest draw. And it actually hit the chalk there, which slowed it down a little bit, and also hit the corners of the pocket. So I think we would have gotten back out to about the first diamond on that one. So that would have been a good table and a half plus a little extra, plus about a diamond worth of length. So maybe a table and 3/5. But okay, so now these 3 balls I'm going to shoot with the extension on the back of my cue. I'm not sure if I like playing with the extension full time as Shane Van Boning does when he shoots. I like just putting it on when I can't reach a shot because it does make the cue a good bit heavier. And I like a light cue. Now the Pro Shaft, my Miyuchi White Crusher with the Pro Shaft is a little bit lighter than my carbon fiber one without the extension, but with the extension it's most definitely a lot lighter. So already we start off pretty decent draw effort, further than the last one with the Miyuchi and the Q-Tech. Again, trying to keep the same amount of chalk on the tip for all shots. And that brings it back a little further. Yeah, there we go. I think that's the longest. That's longer than the other one. Trying to get that cue ball back down there. Again, keeping the same amount of chalk on that tip, making sure everything is the same. And there's a pretty decent effort. Again, about a table and a half of draw, which was equal. It was a little past my best with the Miyuchi. And then one thing I tried just one more shot, switching back to the Q-Tech with no extension. Because shooting with an extension on and then taking it off tends to make stroking the ball a little easier. So I just wanted to see what I did after I had the extension on. And I brought it back pretty much to the maximum. I brought it back further than the Miyuchi one because the Miyuchi one was at that angle, and this one went straight, no rails. But that's how it all went down. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please click the like button down below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's try to hit 140,000 subscribers by March 1st. That'd be absolutely great if we could do that, but it's going to take some help. So I need you guys to share the channel, show the videos to your friends, get them to subscribe too. Thank you to the Billiard Factory for sponsoring this video and hooking me up with this Q-Tech cue. Make sure you check them out. The link down in the description below. The link to this Ras and Ox pool table along with the link to this Q-Tech cue. Just make sure you go check it out. These videos wouldn't be possible without them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.